Hey guys, Jeremy Adams here again, Maui Studios. Wanted to do a short video, kind of show you what I got myself into today. With the custom figures, I keep having problems with the fingers. Been pouring stuff for a long time, but fingers are so small that I get air bubbles in them, they get trapped, blah, blah, blah. You all know, or at least anybody that does custom figures knows this is a problem. So what I did is I went out to Harbor Freight and got myself a 2.5 gallon pressure tank for paint. Then I had to get 2 caps to cap off the flow and a ball joint valve to allow the air in. So this is kind of what you're working with. I might have to put a flat bottom in there. It's kind of beveled a little bit. We'll see what I decide to do. First thing you end up doing is there's a hose that goes right there. You're going to want to take that hose out. And then everything else pretty much just fits the way you would expect it to fit. That goes there. That goes there. When you're working off the one side, the ball joint goes there. And then you have 2 places to cap. You have to cap this right here, which goes here. And you have to cap this end with that right there. Make sure you have to cap that. I will do a test once it's done, but I don't want to bore you with all of the Teflon taping and tightening and all that. But this is a real easy, cheap way to make a pressure pot. All right, guys, there's the setup. You got your regulator. This is set for 60 PSI for the paint, but for resin, you can do it at about 40. Or, you know, if you want to do low pressure, 20, since it is going to be sitting in there for almost 24 hours. You got your cap here. You got your release valve here. Your on-off here. Connection to your air compressor there. These are your locks. So basically the first thing I would do is remove everything and put Teflon tape on it, just so you don't end up with a leak. This is the valve to regulate your suction and your paint going back up and through it. It comes with a cap. I just went ahead and capped it off because there's a tube that goes in there and you want to remove the tube not to interfere with your molds down there. So the first thing I would do is turn on a little bit of air, cover that hole to make sure your release valve's popping. You can hear the air. That tests your release valve, and we'll put it together real quick and then check the pressure. All right, pretty simple. Make sure your seal's in, set her down. This is to tighten it. Bring these up, tighten them down. Doesn't have to be anything too crazy. All we want to do, turn our valve on, watch our pressure, make sure it sits about where we want it to sit. Once the tank pressurizes, make sure there's no leaks. Like it's holding pretty steady. All right, this is about 20 minutes later. Just kind of wanted to show you that the pressure is still stable. This thing's going to work really well. And then you always want to check your release valve again before you put anything in there. So release valve, be ready. Pressure's going down. I would release all the air out of it. Before you blow your top off. All right. There you go. So this is an addition to the last video. I'm adding it on. Remember when I was talking to you about being beveled down at the bottom? That's great for paint and siphoning and whatever, but for this, epoxy's got to kind of be level. So I did say that I was going to make a flat bottom. I decided to go ahead and do that. I kind of did a Lazy Susan style flat bottom. I have 2 shelves to maximize what I can get in there. You've got almost 8 inches in there that if you can just put stuff on the bottom, you're not getting that much in there for mold wise. I put a little handle on it so I could lift it in and out. There you go. So I left some space all the way around it to allow the pressure and the air to suction out and the pressure to get down in there. And then when we're done, should just be able to pull her out. All right, that's it, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope it was a good tutorial. And leave some comments.